Jason Boice, real estate agent with Executive Real Estate, here on today's Just a Tip Tuesday. And today we're talking about negotiating to buy a house, how to negotiate for the best deal. Now, there's not a one-size-fits-all here. The answer, as often is in life, is it depends. It depends on a lot of different factors, and we're going to go into them here. So things you're going to want to consider before making an offer, because this is going to help you tailor your offer. How many days on market? If the property's been on market for 150 days and it hasn't sold yet, there's probably something wrong with it. So chances are you'll be able to go in under market value depending on what's wrong with it. How low? Like I said, it'll depend on what the issues are. Now, if the house has only been on the market for 2 days, chances are they're not really going to sell it for much lower than market value. Their real estate agent probably gave them a CMA, told them what they think it's going to sell for. They've made up their mind that this is how much they're going to get. And if you put in an offer at 30 grand below what they're asking after 1 or 2 days on market, chances are it's going to get denied. So that's step one. Step two, how is it priced compared to comparative sales that have actually closed and what's already out there on the market, right? Everything's a competition. So people are going to look at comparative sales to see historical data. That's what an appraiser is going to look at. And also you got to keep in mind what else is out there, right? If the property is priced way above what other comparative sales and other similar properties are listed for, well, then you're at a good spot to ask for below what the list price is. But if it's priced below or where it should be, chances are there's not a lot of wiggle room, because if you're not willing to pay that, someone else is. And then know your market, right? Right now, we're in a hot market. Right now, it is November 2021. We're in a hot market. There's very little supply. There is less than half of the historical norm for supply on the market. So when something hot comes on the market, people are bidding it up. You're getting multiple offers. And right now, the typical house is selling for 104% of asking price. So in a market like this, if you really want a house that's priced right, you're probably going to have to pay over asking. Now, historically, you look at historically houses sell for around 95% of asking price. So in a slower market, yeah, certainly you can go in at around 5% under what the asking price is and you'll have a good shot. But in this market, for a property that's move-in ready, it doesn't need a lot of work and it's priced right, you're gonna have to pay over market price if you want it. So you gotta know your market. How much interest is there in the property? Again, if the property's sitting there, doesn't have a lot of interest, well, then chances are you're gonna be able to come in at a discount. But if the property if it's been on the market in 3 days and it's had 40 showings, chances are you're going to be in multiple offers. You're going to be competing against other people that are offering over asking price. And if you want the house, you're going to have to as well. And talk to the listing agent. This is where having a great agent who's great at communicating and who's willing to go the extra mile and find out all the details for you will really help you win offers. By talking to the listing agent, you're going to find out if they have any other offers, how much interest there really is, and you're going to find out what's important to the seller, right? So let's go through each of those. If they have other offers, you know there's competition. If they don't, well then maybe let's try to go in a little lower and see how they respond. Maybe they counteroffer, maybe they accept it. But if they have multiple offers, now you're going to have to come in with something better, right? Because you're only going to get one shot. Again, if there's a ton of interest, if there's been 40 showings in 2 days, but they just don't have an offer yet, you can bet that there are multiple offers coming. And if you can be the first one in with a strong offer, sometimes it'll be taken, or the seller respects you for getting in an offer, working hard, working quickly, and submitting a strong offer off the bat. I've actually won a couple offers that way by being the first one in with a strong offer with low contingencies. And they ended up getting very similar offers, but went with ours because we were the first in. And what's important to the seller? Maybe price isn't the most important thing to that seller. Maybe it's they want to be out of there quickly. They don't want to do any repairs. Maybe it's an all cash offer. Maybe there's an as is rider, which means you'll buy the property as is. You won't force them to do any repairs, but you can still do inspections to make sure you're not going to get hosed or you're not going to take on a big, huge cost item to repair, right? So if you know what's important to the seller, you can tailor your offer to what's important to them. Maybe they need a lease back. Maybe they need to lease the home back for a month or two to find a new place to live. Now, if you come in with an offer offering that off the bat, you can probably get it less than someone who's coming in with another offer but's going to ask them to be out of there right away. This is why having an agent on your team that's going to talk to the listing agent, find out as much information as possible, can really help you win offers, especially in this competitive environment. Have any questions, send me a message. Be more than happy to ask them for you. And until then, I'll see you next week.